Well, it's Tuesday afternoon, getting ready to leave the house here in just a little bit. Fixing to go to Colombia. Got to start my other 5-day leg with Amazon at 5 a.m. in the morning. Got two choices. I could either leave at 3:30 in the morning, get to Colombia about 4:30, 4:40, start my leg there. Or I could drive up there tonight, take my 10-hour break, and that's the kind of sucky part of it. To be able to get a 10-hour break in means I got to be there about 5:30, because from 6, that'd be 7 o'clock. I got to be there in Colombia before 7 to get the 10-hour break in. But really a little before 7, because 7 to 5 I got to be at Amazon probably like 15 minutes before my leg starts. Then I still got to drive from the truck stop to Amazon, which is probably more around 4:30. It's when I got to start the clock. So yeah, there's that. It's either leave today or leave tomorrow. And I really don't want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think I'm just going to drive up there tonight. Then cooked my food, got everything ready. It's a beautiful full afternoon. Man. So yeah, this is a 5-day leg again. Leaving from Wednesday to Sunday. Probably be back Sunday afternoon. So see how this leg goes. Oh, and one more thing. I made a video yesterday about what I made the last week on Amazon, right? And I said I averaged $2 and was it 36 or 38 cents a mile on all miles with all my deadhead and everything. But last year I got gigged about in the same time of the year. I didn't never do too much Amazon, but then last year I did an Amazon I did a couple legs for Amazon. And before the end of the week was up, their app quit working. And what happened is when the app quit working, it gigged me for app usage. And I'll tell you what happened. I was coming out of Savannah and I was going up to interstate. I was going to Georgia from Savannah. And I got up there to I didn't want to go through Atlanta, so I cut through the woods, because the place I was going to was on I-85 up there, and I could go up through Georgia. I can't even remember the name of those towns, but I cut through the woods from I-16 up to I-85. And even before I got off the freeway, the app quit working, and I restarted the phone, turned the phone back on, forced start up the app, and I couldn't get the app to work for nothing. So I ended up uninstalling Amazon Relay app, reinstalled it, tried to. Every time I opened up the app and would press install or download, the app would just blink and go back blank. And I was like, what the hell is going on with this app? So I tried to download some other apps. They worked. I go back to the Amazon Play Store, the Google Play Store, download the Amazon Relay app. And then what would happen is every time you'd hit install or download, the screen would just blank and the whole Google Play app would just completely close out. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I tried to install it on my second phone. Same thing, nothing was working. I was like, so at this point I had to just keep going. Well, they gigged me for that, for not using the app. And I think I was out from I-16 up to I-20. When I got up to I-20, I did have some spots there where I was out of service a little bit going through those back roads, but I started out there on I-16 and I was able to download other apps. So that lowered my score down to like a 93 or something like that, and I never did any more loads. My friends who live in Atlanta kept saying, man, you got to get your score back up, because they're always showing me and screenshotting me these good paying loads. Like I had 100 after doing these last 3 weeks. My score just went up last week. And when I was coming home from this last leg, there was a load picking up in Columbia going to Atlanta, paying $1,000. But I was already on my way home and I was tired. The next morning I got up and then I seen where they gigged me again. So what happened on this gig? Well, that last 2-day leg And I was supposed to pick a trailer up in Richmond and then run west with it across 64 until I get over to I-81. There's a little town there, I can't remember the name of it. So when I got to, I didn't have to deliver that load until the next day at 2:20 in the afternoon. And it was like 12 o'clock at night, 11:45-ish when I was getting unloaded in Richmond, or switching the trailers, dropping that trailer and then grabbing the other trailer, and then I headed out. And I was talking to one of my buddies online. I said, hey, if I don't get, I'm gonna find a place to park along here if I can. If I don't, I'm gonna drop this trailer tonight, then I'm just gonna bobtail somewhere, because it's a whole lot easier to bobtail than it is to bobtail and park than it is to park a tractor and trailer. So I got about 40 miles out of Richmond, pulled into the rest area. There was about 3 spots there, so I shut down in one of them. And somewhere between leaving the place and parking, they changed that load from 2:20 in the afternoon the next day. They changed it to delivering that night at like 1:15 in the morning, dropping that trailer, grabbing another trailer, and taking it 5 miles down the road, dropping that trailer there and grabbing another one, and then going back to the place that I just came from, and then the next day dropping it there. But they added that extra leg in there, and they also changed that delivery drop time in that town that I was going to. But you know, I had done looked at the app, and I was on the way, and I had till 2:20 the next day. So I shut down, went to bed, got up the next morning, was screwing around, making coffee. Next thing I know, I look at the app and open it up, and I got red dots all the way down for that load and the next one behind it. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, they changed it on me. You know, yeah, I don't know when it happened. I think it happened around the same time that I was in there dropping the trailer and coming out, which I had already planned what I was going to do. Anyway, it's their fault and my fault. They did it to me, but I don't know. So now my score, the point of this story is now my score is an 88. So I didn't even make it 1 week with a good score. And so when you don't got a good score, they won't show you the good loads. They'll, like right now, buddies of mine, they screenshotted me some loads today. They were coming out of Appleton. And I said, don't send them to me because I can't see them. Don't send them over here. You know, it ain't gonna do me any good because I gotta book it off of my app to be able to book it. I can't book off y'all's loads. So what's the point of sending me screenshots? I bring this up because somebody had mentioned in the last video, it's like one of the third commenters said, you know, it's tough times right now, a lot of competition. Don't be poaching numbers, keep them to yourself. You know, it doesn't really matter because how many people has a good 100 perfect score to even get those good loads? You know, I did 3 load and I did those 3 week blocks for 3 blocks for 3 weeks in a row. And at the end of that, my score went from a 93 back to 100. And then my score screwed up again. Kind of something what I did, but it really wasn't my fault. So I put in a request for them to look at it and explain what happened and told them, you know, I'll know now that I know that y'all do these things to the driver, because what they do is they give you a block that starts at 3 p.m. and basically you're selling them 13 hours of time. And they can run you, you know, because they figure you're going to have dropping hooks, so they can waste a couple of your hours' times at the warehouses, but they're going to give you pretty close to 10 hours to 11 hours of driving, usually around 9.5 to 10 hours of driving, and they schedule it that way. And because I still had time to drive that night, they went ahead and added some more legs onto me and moved me up because I was way ahead of schedule. Well, I didn't know it, and you know, I done went to bed for the night. It was already 1 o'clock. I was tired. So yeah, that's what happened. So Amazon's not perfect. That sort of annoyed me that happened. And so we'll see what happens, whether they, I think I put I forget what that word's called, but I had to go into their app and put I forget what the word they use, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I went and got me a shower before I shaved and cleaned up. That way at least I maybe sleep okay tonight. I hope I sleep good tonight because I got home 2 nights ago. The first night I didn't sleep worth a darn. I didn't even get home till like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I think I woke up at 7. And then last night I still couldn't go to sleep till like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I think I woke up at 7 again this morning. I mean, I just don't never sleep anymore. So I'm gonna head on up to Columbia and hopefully I go to sleep tonight because they sent me my schedule for what I'm going to be doing. So where are they sending me to? When I open it up, click schedule. So here's what he got me. Columbia to Blythewood, Blythewood to New Jersey, Edison, then Sparrows Point, Maryland, then Baltimore, Maryland, then Aberdeen, Maryland, then Aberdeen, Maryland, then Upper Marlboro, Maryland, then Martinsburg, West Virginia, then New Stanton, Pennsylvania, then Hagerstown, Maryland, then back down to Charlotte, then Pineville, North Carolina, then Kernersville, North Carolina, then Appling, which is like right around the corner from the house, and then back to West Columbia, and then my leg will be finished. But like I said, I've already learned and I already knew that the load could be, I don't think I finished my thought earlier when I was out there in the yard walking around talking about the bull crap with Amazon. Yeah, that really annoys me because I can show you an email where the email came in. I actually went through my emails and looked when they changed that. I looked for when they changed that schedule and it came through. I'll show you right here. The email came through at, anyway, it's not even important. Nobody really cares anyway. But the thing came through at like 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night at 10:30. So yeah. But they still haven't responded to my dispute. That's the word I was trying to think of earlier, dispute. I can't talk because I don't have no memory. I've got the memory of a goldfish. Anyway, I'm out of here. I gotta go. What is up with the DEF pumps lately? I stopped in Virginia the other night. I was there for like 10 minutes and got 5 gallons. Look at this thing. The tenths is like 7 tenths, 8 tenths. It's wide open. It seems like everywhere I stop over here on the East Coast to get DEF fluid, it takes it longer to fill up my DEF tank than it does my diesel tanks. Crazy.